This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
Hi, I'm Tudur Owen, and you can listen to the whole of my new series, Where on Earth is Anglesey, on BBC Radio 4's Flip podcast right now. You'll find the podcast in BBC Sounds. Just search for Flip and then hit subscribe. Thank you! Simai, Tudur Owen ydw I, a mi fedrwch chi wrando ar fy nghyfres Where on Earth is Anglesey ar bodlediad Flip Radio 4 rwan. Mi fedrwch chi ddod o hyd i'r podlediad ar BBC Sounds. Chwiliwch am Flip, wedyn cliciwch ar y botwm tanysgrifio. Diolch!
Hey, I'm Darren Harriott, and if you've come here looking for Comedy of the Week podcast from Radio 4, congratulations, you've found it! If you've ended up here hoping for some true crime or something, then stick around until the end, when I'll show you the best way to dispose of a body.
This is the story of Nathan Blakely, who's going to die in 1 second's time. You may remember his smash hit single from the summer of 2004.
I love the way you love me. You love the way I love loving you. But do you love the way that I love the way you love loving me too?
If not, you'll definitely remember the ad for Fenman's Turkey Ham.
Dad, I don't want a home-cooked roast meal. Can't we have turkey ham again?
Oh, okay. It is delicious.
I love the way you love Fenman's Turkey Ham.
It was overkill. Voted 2005's most annoying thing, the public turned against Nathan. The hits dried up, and he tumbled into a spiral of booze, bitterness, and bacon frazzles. The only person who stood by him was his girlfriend, Susan.
Nathan, darling, maybe you should switch off the PlayStation and write some new songs.
I've told you. I'm going back in the studio when I've cleaned New York of zombies. Oh, great. Now they're eating me. Cheers, Susan. Why do you hate me?
And then about 30 seconds ago, while fulfilling a contractual obligation as an ambassador for Fenman's Turkey Ham...
I declare this turkey ham factory operational. Behold the magnificent metal jaws which pulverise the offal beaks and gizzards into delicious ham.
That was perfect, Nathan, thanks. Would you like to meet the team?
Just give me my check. I have no interest in meeting your skivvies.
You can have your check in a sec.
Please give me
Don't grab.
check.
Careful, Nathan. Mind that slippery turkey spray.
Whoa!
God, Nathan's fallen into the hammer fire. He's being mashed into turkey pulp.
Shall I stop the machine?
No, it's too late. He's already dead. Anyway, it shouldn't affect the flavour.
And so Nathan's essence floated up to the ether. It's very hard to picture the ether, so maybe don't bother.
I can't believe I'm dead. This is a tragedy. Such a massively tragic death.
We don't like the word death. We prefer post-alive.
What? Who said that?
You cannot see me, for I am an omniscient being, far greater than can be comprehended by the mind of Steve Lomax.
I'm not called Steve Lomax.
Oh, I hadn't clicked refresh. Ah, Nathan Blakely, gotcha. Sorry, I'm new here. I'm Jenny, your Afterlife Liaison Officer, here to help you manage the transition to your next exciting level of being. What happens next is decided by the panel. They want your highlights package of your life and give it a moral score.
Well, I can give them the headline, Misunderstood Genius Got Screwed Over by Music Industry.
They've gone with Promising Baby turned into a whopping div, 1 star.
1 star? I was a musician and a hambassador. Who's on this pathetic panel?
David Bowie, Florence Nightingale and Gandhi.
What's happening now?
You're about to be reincarnated.
I don't want to be reincarnated. I just want to be me on a cloud.
You may feel a small amount of discomfort as all your atoms are rearranged. Adopt the brace position.
How? I'm a gas.
Oh, don't worry. It doesn't make any difference. It's just a thing I have to say. Nathan's atoms fly apart and coalesce into a new form. A majestic eagle. Oh, sorry, no, that's wrong. I had caps locked down. A dolphin. No, my bad. 3rd time lucky. That's it. His true form. Sorry, not sure what happened there.
Where am I? There's something on top of me. Is this the Amazon rainforest?
You're in a flower pot in a suburban front garden.
Can you help me get this thing off my back?
I can, but it'd kill you.
Why are my eyes waggling?
Congratulations! You've been reincarnated as a snail.
Snail? What? Oh, gross. I can taste the ground. It's bitter.
Sorry, there's a very territorial cat in the area.
No, this is a mistake. You are worse at your job than anyone has ever been at their job.
From a man who can't open a ham factory without dying?
You cannot turn Nathan Blakely into a snail.
Well, if you want to be reincarnated higher up the ladder, you'll need to be nicer to snails than you were to people, and than you're being to me right now. Why don't you start by mingling with those snails on the doorstep?
I'm not mingling with snails, they're rank.
Oh, you think you're above them, like you thought you were above people.
Not true.
I think this calls for an instructive flashback from your life. Give me a sec. Just find the drop-down menu. Access, Nathan, highlights package, VO2.
Hello, if it's charity, I already give to whatever charity it is.
Is Tim from next door?
What do you want?
Sorry to bother you. I was just wondering if you knew anything about the old mattress that's appeared in my garden. It's no problem. It's just, it is on top of my organic veg patch.
That's weird.
I know, and I saw you getting a new mattress delivered.
Yeah, it's lovely. Super king size, medium firm. How can I help you, please?
I'm just trying to imagine how a mattress could have appeared in my garden.
Tornado.
Yeah, I probably would have noticed a tornado.
Silent, localised tornado would do it. Randomly transferring objects is what tornadoes do. Cows, witches, mattresses.
In Kent, I mean, that seems...
Stranger than fiction, I know, but Godzilla was fiction, and a tornado in Kent wouldn't be as strange as Godzilla, so it's actually less strange than some fiction.
Right, well, maybe you could help me move
Sorry,
it.
busy. But I can give you some advice.
Okay.
Change your shoes, mate. Blue Crocs make you look like a tool. All that proves is that your aspect ratios are off. No way I was that fat. Tell your so-called panel that Nathan Blakely has no interest in being a snail. He wants to be a panther. I'm glad this is amusing you.
No offence, but you're really not big cat material.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Only great people come back as panthers. Pete Postlethwaite came back as a panther. Now, he was a great man. People like Pete Postlethwaite made a difference.
I made a difference.
Not like Postlethwaite. The thing about Pete Postlethwaite...
Stop saying Postlethwaite. I wrote a song that made people happy.
15 people died in car crashes trying to turn it off the radio.
All right, if this is the way you want to play it, let's do this. I'll show you and your stupid panel. Nathan Blakely was a great man, and he's going to be an even greater snail. Now, how do I move?
Try to get your mucus gland to secrete. Be the mucus.
It's like I'm passing a stool, and I am the stool.
You said it. And so Nathan set off from the flower pot across the gravel driveway, which felt like stepping on 1,000 plugs. But he would let nothing distract him, apart from a discarded crisp packet.
Ooh, frazzles. It's like a delicious bacony sleeping bag. Ah! Salty! It burns! I can't eat starch! What have I become? What have I become?
Finally, 2 hours and 1 metre later, Nathan reached the snails and greeted them with his usual charm.
You guys are gross. It's like a chimney sweep sneezed. Who's in charge here?
Greetings. I'm Dennis, the alpha snail, and this is my intern, Bert.
Have you got any lettuce?
No. What are you guys up to?
I'm leading a group meditation. Join us. We are savouring the present moment. Now, where was I?
You were telling us to savour the present...
Oh, God! Someone stepped on that snail! She's dead!
I'm still kind of alive, actually, but I've got bits of shell in me.
Oh,
Oh, here comes a sparrow. Yeah, that'll do it.
It's okay, everyone.
that was not okay! That was horrific!
We cannot control who the shoes take or when they strike. We simply observe that feeling of fear and see it for what it is. Just a feeling. Ah! Ah! Oh! Precedent would suggest it's sparrow time.
All right, guys, we appear to have lost Dennis, so as intern, I am now in charge. It's obvious what we've got to do. Relax, breathe, and focus on not moving.
No, Bert, we need to get out of here.
We'll be fine. The blue crocs have gone.
Wait a second. Blue Crocs? Frazzle packet? Ginormous green door with a sign saying no scroungers. This is my front garden.
It's everybody's front garden.
Look, Bert, if I led you all to a safer home, would you consider me a great snail?
That depends. Is there lettuce there?
Yes, loads of it actually, and organic veg, and an old mattress for shelter. No more birds, no more getting trampled on.
You know what? I've briefly tasted power, and it isn't as nice as lettuce. Can I be your intern?
Yes! All hail Nathan, the new alpha snail.
All hail Nathan, the new alpha snail.
In your face, Postlethwaite, I am absolutely smashing this.
And so Nathan, like a moist miniature Moses, began leading the snails on an epic quest to Tim's veg patch. The journey would be full of adversity, peril, and snail sing-alongs.
Rocket Man, I am a really massive rocket fan. Are you a rocket fan? Yes, I'm also a rocket man. Rocket Man, I'm a...
Nathan?
Jenny, can you warn me when you're going to pop into my head?
Sorry, just wanted to let you know that the panel are thrilled to bits with this quest. Plus, Gandhi's brought in an incentive scheme. If you pull this off, I get a luxury hamper.
I suppose I probably could care less, but it would be a push.
Apparently it's got 5 types of chutney. I'm buzzing! So chop chop. I reckon you could complete this in a week.
A week? We've only been going 10 minutes. I already want to top myself.
To achieve greatness, you need patience.
I've got loads of patience. I'm like a big hospital.
Really? I've got a flashback for this.
Make it short.
Nathan, Impatience 843, anniversary date with Susan.
Why the hell haven't the prawn crackers arrived yet?
We've just sat down, Nathan.
And I already want to top myself. I deliberately called the restaurant to say I wanted a stack of prawn crackers ready for me to avoid this hellish waiting.
We could just talk, couldn't we?
Sorry, you're right. Have I ever told you about how the music industry screwed me over?
What are you eating?
I brought my own prawn crackers as a backup in case this happened.
Sir, madam, your prawn... Oh, I see you have your own prawn crackers.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't have 6 weeks while you trawled the Atlantic for prawns, shelled them, and then performed whatever diabolical process turns them into crackers.
Well, that's rich coming from the face of Fenman's turkey thumbs. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you both to leave.
Oh, no. Oh, it's 4 minutes for an Uber. Someone's only getting 1 star.
And 1 star is exactly what the panel is going to give you if you don't finish what you've started.
Point taken. Tim's veg patch it is.
Brilliant. I'll leave you to it then. Top chutney calls for top cheese. I'm off to source some premium cheddar.
We've arrived at the Great Reservoir on the verge of the neglected Lawn of Doom. None of us have been further than this before.
That isn't a reservoir. That's my hot tub. The Aqua Party 700. Oh, and those are Susan's flip-flops. She must be going through the stage of grief when you get in a hot tub.
And look, next to the flip-flops, it's the blue Crocs, but without any legs in them.
What? No, it can't. Oh, treachery. Thy name is Susan. And thou also goest by the name of Tim.
Nathan!
Stop doing that!
Sorry, but you're not going to believe this. I just bumped into the spirit of Joseph Harding, the 19th century farmer who invented cheddar.
I don't care if he invented turkey ham. Susan is aqua-partying with Tim on the day I tragically died. I always knew they were carrying on behind my back. I wasn't enough for her. She probably wanted someone who talked to her and looked at her.
Nathan, you need to put the past behind you and focus on helping those snails.
What's the point in helping people when all they do is get in a hot tub with your ex? I'm going back to that crisp packet to die in the arms of the one thing that never let me down, bacon-flavoured corn snacks.
Wait! There is another option. If the universe has treated you unfairly, then technically I can lodge an appeal.
What? Of course the universe treated me unfairly. It's always had it in for me.
If the appeal works, you could be promoted. Straight to Panther.
Yeah, and then I can eat Tim with a side salad of his own tomatoes. Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Well, there's a lot of paperwork, and I will have to get my head around doing a slide presentation.
I'm getting my head round being a cuckolded mollusk. I think you can learn PowerPoint.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll be back tomorrow morning. In the meantime, just stay out of trouble.
Who were you talking to? And was it about lettuce?
Your mum, and she says you're a disappointment.
She's dead, actually. I will never forget her final words. Bert, get this welly off me! Help! Help! I never did. Got distracted by some excellent rainbow chard.
Well, like your mum, I'm going to get smashed. Where can you get a drink round here?
How about that new pub, the Beer Trap?
Lead the way!
Should be good. They raved about it in Slime Out.
This isn't a pub. It's a saucer of beer shoved in some mud.
It's minimal. Very Swedish.
All of me Why not take all of me?
Who's the snail with the pipes?
That's Conchita, a Brazilian apple snail. The most desirable snail in the garden.
She's
I know, beautiful.
not as disgusting as other snails.
Take my mucus glands, I want to lose them. Take my cerebral ganglia, I'll never use them.
Careful, she'll chew you up and spit you out.
I'm used to that.
You had your heart broken.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I did.
Don't do anything silly. A head of lettuce is kept together by the heart where the leaves are tightly packed. When the heart is broken, the head falls apart.
Stop talking about lettuce. It's rubbish food.
You do not mean that.
You're right. It's not even food. It's barely a garnish.
I'm just saying, tread carefully.
Maybe you should have said that to the welly that squashed your mum.
Goodbye, Nathan. Or should I say, bad bye?
I really want to chat up that slightly hotter than average snail. What's wrong with me?
Why not take all of me? Thank you. No, stop, please.
How can I be attracted to a snail? She's a bogey with a backpack. But that voice.
Thank you, I'm here all week.
Hello, I'm Nathan.
And I'm leaving.
Wait, I think I have a weird crush on you.
Weird? Why is it weird?
I find you enthralling, but also you make me want to be sick everywhere.
Hey, you're a real charmer. Get lost.
No, sorry, I'm confused. You're very much not my usual type, but your voice is perfection.
You're not interested in my body?
Absolutely not.
My glossy tentacles?
The stuff of horror.
Most snails take one look at my pedal ganglion and fall in love, but you're interested in what's inside the shell.
No, that makes me sick too. It's just your voice. How did you end up singing in a dive like this?
I came over from Brazil in a home-based yucca plant with a shell full of dreams. I thought the streets would be paved with lettuce, but they were just streets, covered in crushed snails.
I know how you feel. I used to be a singer. I'd love to tell you all about how the music industry screwed me over.
Let's get out of here and sit on some spilled coffee.
Do you love the way that I love the way that you love loving me too?
Good morning.
What did we do last night? I remember a foot massage.
There's something we need to talk about, Nathan. We're pregnant.
Preg what? With a snail child?
Try 50 snail children.
50? That is unbelievable.
I know. Together we can hatch them, watch them eat the calcium-rich eggs that house them, and discourage them from eating the eggs of their unborn sibling.
It's like a Disney fairy tale. This calls for a celebration. I'm going to nip out and bring you breakfast in bed.
Okay, well, hurry back, darling.
This is a nightmare.
I can hear you. You're quite slow, remember?
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking it's going to be a nightmare naming the gorgeous little cherubs.
I've already thought of that. Angela, Bob, Tiny Gloria, Don 1, Don 2.
I can't raise 50 snails. My Tamagotchi gave me a panic attack.
Hello, Nathan.
Ah, Jenny.
Managed to stay out of trouble?
Yeah, just exploring the undergrowth, looking for vulnerable snails to treat respectfully.
Anyway, the appeal happened.
Brilliant. Am I going to be a panther?
Well, they agreed making you a snail was a mistake.
Get in, told you. Pop some legs on me and call me Bagheera.
They decided snail was too generous.
You screwed up the PowerPoint, didn't you?
No, the PowerPoint was a dream. It's so intuitive. Tim and Susan are not having an affair, Nathan. Tim was in the hot tub declogging the feeder pipe so Susan can convert it into a commemorative water feature in your name.
Oh, Susan, what have I done? Jealousy, thou shouldst change thy name by deed poll to Nathan. And what are they going to turn me into next time?
They said nothing.
What, they didn't give you any clue at all?
No, nothing. As things stand, the next time you die, you're not coming back.
What?
I'm sorry, Nathan, but you're done. Your boot-cut jeans, your Betamax, Vanilla Ice.
Why?
Unfounded jealousy, wasting panel time, and besmirching the name of Tim. They've decided to wash their hands of you.
But I don't want to be washed away forever.
Well, if you want to come back as something, anything, you need to get the quest back on the road sharpish. Now!
I'm I'm very, very sorry for what I said.
And I think you should apologise to Lettuce as well.
Sorry, Lettuce.
And do you solemnly swear to sing Lettuce songs with me whenever I so desire? Which is always.
Yes, Bert, anything.
Okay then, you have earned yourself a quest buddy.
Great, where are the other snails?
Oh, they're all dead.
What?
Yeah, so it turns out that pub, the Beer Trap, was literally a trap left out to catch snails. Snails fall in, can't climb out again and slowly dissolve. I mean, the clue's in the name, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
I feel a song coming on.
Really now?
When you go, come on, will you send back? Come on, Nathan. A lettuce from America.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty more where that came from.
And so Nathan and Bert continued their quest across the lawn of doom and into the valley of the overturned organic recycling container. A putrid swamp of decaying vegetables, tea bags and the insides of loo rolls, which legally shouldn't be in there, actually. Nathan stopped to feed.
Oh, I feel sick.
Yeah, maybe it's that old tea bag. It does look like it might have turned.
No, something's eating me up inside. I did a bad thing, Bert.
Oh, come on, we all make mistakes. I once had sex with a sellotape dispenser.
Did you make it pregnant? Because that's what I did to Conchita, then very slowly ran away. I'm not a great snail, I'm a massive diff.
She is going to bite your head off.
She's well within her rights to have a go at me.
No, literally bite your head off. Brazilian apple snails are cannibals. I did try to warn you.
Seriously? That is amazing news.
And she's famously vengeful.
Lucky me!
She's well known to have a zero-tolerance approach to snails who don't respect the nuclear family.
That's brilliant, because I've got no respect for it whatsoever.
You're not hearing me. We need to get going, Nathan. She'll be hunting you down.
Yeah, this mouldy courgette is really hitting the spot. What's this lovely white stuff? Is it Caesar dressing?
Depends. Is Caesar a pigeon?
Oh, that's disgusting. So I won't have too much more. Oh, what's happening to me? Weird cravings, mood swings.
Sounds like you're the one who's pregnant.
I know, right?
No, I mean it.
What are you talking about? I'm a bloke, mate.
You're joking. You do know snails are hermaphrodites. So when we reproduce by rubbing our feet together, either snail can become pregnant?
I've got 50 snails in me. I'm a snail vending machine. No!
And so Nathan went into his shell and sobbed like a baby. An arrogant, selfish, deluded baby. I decided to pay him a visit. Nathan, you silly sausage. What's wrong now?
Most of the snails are dead. I chatted up a jazz snail to get back at Susan for betraying me, and then I got the jazz snail pregnant and deserted her, but then it turned out I was pregnant and Susan loved me all along. And now the jazz snail's going to eat me, and I'm going to let her, and then I'll be nothing, which is more than I deserve.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of a hamper being cancelled. Hang on, how can you be pregnant?
Snails are hermaphrodites.
Interesting. Who knew? Actually, I might be able to spin this. Nathan, a single parent, bravely carried his 50 babies to Tim's veg patch for a better future. 5 stars. Oh, this could play amazingly. I'll be drowning in chutney. I heard Keith Moon gave birth to 6 piglets and came back as a tiger shark.
So what? I could be a panther. Who cares? I'll never meet a panther like Susan.
That's what I'm saying. This is your shortcut. Most people have to go through hundreds of animals before they even come close. You could skip all that. You could be a human next time.
What?
Legs, arms, beer from an actual pub, not a lethal saucer shoved in some mud. Maybe have another crack at a relationship.
And would I leapfrog Postlethwaite?
Oh, yeah. He's currently a Thespy Gibbon.
Stop talking. I've got a quest to complete.
And so for 2 long weeks, Nathan and Bert journeyed towards Tim's veg patch. I'd give you the details, but I'll be honest, I drifted off. There's only so long you can stare at a snail before you go loopy. Anyway, eventually, they arrived at the hole in Tim's fence.
Push harder, Bert, you weakling. This is why you need to eat more than lettuce.
Look, don't blame me. You're the one who got pregnant and tripled in size. This is never going to work. You wait here. I'll scale the fence and pull you through from the other side.
It's too dangerous. Tim installed razor wire to stop me climbing over drunk and talking to his gnomes.
Right.
And smashing his gnomes.
Understood.
And weeing
Yes,
on
it's dangerous. And the head says no. But who cares about the head? The heart says, I will see you on the other side.
Wait, I never asked you. What is it with you and lettuce?
Long ago, I was picked up by a human child. Jane was her name. She kept me in a jar for 6 weeks. Fed me nothing but fresh lettuce, magical days. And then one day she got bored and threw me away. Whenever I think of Lettuce, it reminds me of Jane.
That's sweet.
She used to dress me as a princess and call me Michelle.
Okay.
Anyway, goodbye.
But, you know, sometimes I don't hate you as much as I do at other times.
Stop it, you're just saying that.
For what seemed like an eternity, Nathan waited, stuck in the fence. Autumn turned to winter and said, "Why are you always so frosty?" Lovely, just lovely stuff. And it's clean. And then, one day, Nathan felt himself being pushed.
Thank you so much, whoever you... Conchita?
Hello again, Nathan. You went a long way to get me breakfast.
How did you find me?
I followed your trail.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you're a snail, you'd have to be pretty stupid to forget that.
All right, I got it. Look, I can explain everything.
You seem nervous.
No, I'm absolutely fine.
Well, your waters have broken.
Oh!
Come on, Nathan, you can do it. Well done. Do it once. Here we go again. Oh, they're adorable.
I know. I think it's because their tentacles are so much bigger in relation to their heads than in adults.
Tupac, Crazy Kate, Eugene 4, and Ryan 6 through 9 have definitely got your ganglia. Who's your favorite?
Well, I'm not going to have favourites, but it's Tiny Gloria. I thought we might rename her Susan.
Oh, of course.
I think this might be the best moment in both of my lives. Give or take that time I had fast-track passes at Thorpe Park. Kiss me. What was that for?
My name is Conchita Montoya. You stole my children. A snail never forgets.
That's not a phrase.
I can never trust you. The best thing I can do for our children is eat you. The calcium I gain from your shell will help me raise them.
No, you don't understand. I didn't think I was stealing your children. I only ran away because I thought you were...
You thought I was what?
I thought you were a snail whose music career would be impeded by having children, so I decided to raise them for you. I'm just too selfless for my own good.
Nathan, I made it through the razor wire.
Bert!
Are these your babies? Congratulations!
Look, I know it's been a while, but this isn't a good time.
Nathan, who is this?
This is Bert. Bert Conchita.
Well, I'm very glad you've forgiven him.
Yes, his actions were foolish, but they came from a good place.
He really beat himself up about it.
Oh, Nathan, darling.
Remember what you said, Nathan?
Oh, I say a lot of things all day.
What kind of snail abandons a pregnant snail? I'm not a snail, I am a massive div. So harsh.
You thought I was pregnant and you ran away?
No, I didn't exactly run.
You have no respect for the nuclear family. Prepare to die.
Awkward. Domestic.
Bert, help me! Help!
Oh, look, it's that rainbow chart.
Oh, no, I was just getting into that.
Welcome back to the ether, Nathan.
Did you manage to spin it with the panel? Am I going to be human again?
You only got 1.5 stars, I'm afraid. They like the single-parent angle, but you also had a catastrophic impact on snails. Not my words, Bowie's words.
What's he on about?
Those baby snails are a new strain. They've got Conchita's cannibalism and your arrogance. They're decimating the indigenous snails of Kent. Chris Packham's already tweeted about it. One word, Snail-mageddon.
Did you get a hamper?
Sort of. It's more of a punishment basket. Stuffed to the brim with CDs of your single. Brace! Brace!
Oh, what am I going to be next?
A turkey, trapped in some sort of factory. Good luck!
ReincarNathan starred Diane Morgan, Daniel Rigby, Freya Parker, Josh Widdicombe, Tom Crane and Henry Packer. It was written by Tom Crane and Henry Packer. The producers were Harriet Jane and Jono Richards, and it was a talkback production for the BBC.
There we go then. The end of the show. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week. You know, obviously. If you love this comedy, you can find more episodes on BBC Sounds.
The monarch. Many wish the Shah to fall. Hope for revolution. They're frightened. We can smell the fear. Do you now see why I must be firm with my people? Please, I am innocent. Lie down on the table. Lie down on the table now.
the insurgent.
My country suffers.
He stands against the Shah, doesn't he?
My country burns.
What does he stand for, though?
That's a question for later.
And a story that reverberates throughout the world today.
I have one purpose only, to execute God's revenge on this earth.
The BBC World Service presents Fall of the Shah, telling the story of the 1979 Iranian Revolution.
Available now on BBC Sounds.